I moved to New York when I was 18 for college, and I only visited there maybe like twice, and it's so different from LA, growing up and living in LA my whole life. I also didn't make that many friends there for a while, probably like 6 months, and it was a very lonely and homesick time. And during that time I was able to like go downstairs to the basement of my building and play piano at like 2 a.m. and write some really sad songs. But I look back at that time and it's so like nostalgic, even though it was very lonely. And I think it was very important for me in just like growing, not necessarily it being New York, but just moving away from home and having a little sense of adulting. It's like the worst word, but yeah. Also, while I lived there, I took some really great classes through my school, obviously, in like music theory and piano skills, and just getting better as a musician. And also the people I met through my school, through jazz school, they're amazing musicians that I'm still friends with, and they influence the music I make today too with their own creations. It's so fun to see all the amazing music that like people I know can make.
I just can't wait to be all grown up at 23.
Usually when I start a song or when it's like almost done, I have a pretty strong idea of what I want to be like the theme or that concept of the video. So for Punching Bag, I knew I wanted it to be like boxing gloves, like vintage boxing, even though that didn't necessarily translate. So I asked my friend Taylor Fitzgerald, who directed both of the videos I have out right now, if she wanted to do the Punching Bag video, and she's like, yeah, definitely. So we started a Pinterest board with like inspiration and just built ideas on top of each other, and she did an amazing job at executing that. And similar with 23, I knew I wanted it to be around like a birthday, obviously, because that's the song. And she had the idea to have like the overlay with like physically sliding up fake ID or like a New York postcard to reflect like what lyrics are going on at the same time. And I love how that turned out too. But usually I have a pretty strong like idea of what I want it in my head, and then I can like use a Pinterest board to actually make that happen.
I just can't wait to be all grown up at 23.
To me, the lyrics are very straightforward, but that's because it's kind of like autobiographical. The main thing I would say is that you don't have to be 23. You could be 19 or 22 or 29 and still relate to 23. It's kind of just this feeling of being stuck in where you are, especially after this last year of the world kind of just being on pause, on hold, and not being able to like get further in your career or anything really. But I also I hope that it comes across in 23, like it's really important to be happy with where you are in the present, but also have that place of where you want to go to in the future. It's really, I feel like cheesy talking about like the past, present, and future, but so important. And I mean, like I talk about like my childhood bedroom and how it's important to reflect on that for who you are as a person today as well. But I hope you guys like 23, and thank you so much for watching, and you can check it out here.
In my childhood bedroom, and I'm so bored of 22. Same old nothing every day. Too old to be a runaway. Expiring at my mama's house. Really thought that I'd be out by now. I'm terrified of the future. Scared that I'll still be a loser. And I just can't wait to be all grown up at 23. Tell me what it up out of 21, disappointed my dad, did it just for fun. Had to choose between being broke and bored, so I cut my losses and I left New York. Not sure why I feel so dumb, the best of my years are yet to come. I sit and wait in the driveway, it's just a couple more weeks till my birthday.